You've probably seen parts of how we operated against the threat that Hezbollah posed to Israeli civilians. Let's take a closer look at what exactly happened and what led us to the current state. A day after Hamas launched a brutal massacre on southern Israel, Hezbollah joined them on our northern front. Since then, the IDF has engaged in a fierce battle in the north, including ongoing defensive operations on the border, intelligence-based strikes, the elimination and dismantling of Hezbollah's top command, and even precise ground operations in southern Lebanon. After Hezbollah launched numerous UAV rocket and missile attacks, murdering innocent civilians, the IDF took action. On July 30th, IDF fighter jets carried out a precise strike in Beirut, eliminating Hezbollah's military chief of staff and Hassan Nasrallah's right-hand man, Fouad Shukr. In retaliation, the terrorist organization planned to fire hundreds of rockets and UAVs at Israel. On the night of August 25th, the Israeli Air Force launched a preemptive strike. About 100 fighter jets struck approximately 40 locations across southern Lebanon, destroying thousands of launchers. During a meeting of the Radwan Forces Command Staff on September 20th, IDF fighter jets eliminated the architect of the Conquer the Galilee plan, along with 15 senior terrorists, the first step in a historic week, in which Hezbollah's leadership was dismantled one by one. The name of the operation, Northern Arrows. On the Friday of that same week, the IDF struck Hezbollah's central command in the Dakhia, and Hezbollah's terrorist leader, Mastermind and Secretary General Hassan Nasrallah was eliminated alongside the remaining senior operatives. 2 days later, the IDF began a ground operation in southern Lebanon. And the next day, it was revealed over the past year, IDF troops conducted limited, localized, and targeted ground operations in Lebanese territory, uncovering weapon caches and tunnels, gathering intelligence, and targeting Hezbollah's weapons arsenal. Now let's return to the maneuver. For 2 months, IDF troops conducted operations in Lebanon in the area between the villages near the Blue Line and the Litani River, in order to dismantle rocket launchers and terrorist compounds posing imminent threats to Israel. IDF soldiers continue to eliminate terrorists in face-to-face encounters and direct IDF aircrafts. In one of many operations, IDF's troop uncovered and dismantled an underground facility built by Hezbollah over the 15 years, over 1.5 kilometers in length, which served hundreds of terrorists. This is how forces move from one area to another, eliminating Hezbollah's ability to carry out Operation Conquer the Galilee. Alongside the countless Hezbollah rockets aimed at civilians and ammunition that IDF soldiers destroyed, the IDF launched an operation to dismantle Hezbollah's air unit's infrastructure. As a result, the terror organization lost 70% of its UAV stockpile and around 30 cruise missiles. Meanwhile, the IDF continued to target and neutralize Hezbollah's command and control capabilities. Among the targets was Nasrallah's intended successor, Hashem Sefieddin, alongside thousands of commanders and operatives that operated against Israel throughout the war. Another significant effort was to dismantle Hezbollah's rearmament and resupply capabilities. The IDF struck weapons transfer routes along the Syrian-Lebanese border and also eliminated the commander of Unit 4400, who was also responsible for this area. One of the key targets was an underground financial storage facility where tens of millions of dollars in terror funding and gold were being stored. Just before the ceasefire, another significant target was struck, Hezbollah's largest precision-guided missile production site. This was the most strategic production facility targeted in Lebanon during the war, and it marked the final blow to the terrorist organization's strategic arrays.